For the past decade, the debate around artificial intelligence has been stuck in a specific loop. Tech billionaires and policymakers tell us that as machines automate our labor, human beings will eventually run out of utility. The proposed solution is a universal basic income, a monthly welfare stipend to keep a passive human population afloat. If we look at the actual physics of the AI supercycle, this business-to-consumer framing falls apart. Human beings are not passive victims waiting to be subsidized by a tech monopoly. To see why, look at this diagram illustrating how today's trillion-dollar foundation models operate. They rely on probabilistic inference. The system scrapes massive amounts of historical data, guessing the next most likely outcome. Inside a closed software silo, this works remarkably well. But an AI agent eventually has to step out of the software silo and into the physical world. It has to route power, manage autonomous fleets, or execute high-frequency supply chain decisions. The moment it attempts those things based entirely on probabilistic guessing, the system becomes functionally dangerous. You cannot guess if a local power grid has the immediate thermodynamic capacity to support a massive 2-gigawatt compute load. If the AI guesses wrong, it triggers an instant local blackout. Because massive tech entities currently rely on these asynchronous guesses in a real-time world, they are forced to trap trillions of dollars in risk reserves to cover potential damages. This creates a massive systemic fragmentation tax on the global economy. To scale without triggering physical collapses, the machine economy must replace its guessing habit with the exact real-time mathematical reality of the environment. It needs causal deterministic truth. This architectural illustration shows the commons to X, or C2X economy. The deterministic truth the AI needs is held collectively by the multipolar commons, the state, the enterprise, the community, and the individual. In a T0 market, the system performs a living stress test. When a massive AI physical action is requested, the network circuit cannot close until 4 co-equal entities simultaneously verify their local reality. First, the enterprise must mathematically confirm it has the physical grid capacity and supply chain bandwidth to support the request. Second, the state must instantaneously verify that the action complies with sovereign regulations and legal boundaries. Third, the community must provide a 67% consensus, ensuring the action will not exhaust the local ecological or cultural environment. Finally, the individual must confirm their biological baseline security. This closes the circuit and allows the action to execute. This happens through mathematical routing, without surveillance. Raw data never leaves your local firewall. The system only requires a binary yes or no to measure the mathematical coherence of the environment. By forcing the machine to pass this instantaneous living stress test, humans and their environments become the strict mathematical prerequisite for the machine's survival. Providing this causal deterministic truth instantly de-risks the global market. It stabilizes the physical grid and prevents thermodynamic flash crashes when machines ignore reality. Because this network consensus actively prevents system-wide collapses, the resulting yields are earned, operational compensation for de-risking the economy. The entities providing this stability are paid based on their contribution. The state earns continuous sovereign revenue for compliance, and the enterprise earns an operational yield for validating thermodynamic capacity. The machine cannot calculate the biological safety of its physical outputs from a distance. It requires the individual's real-time attestation to ensure it isn't causing local biological exhaustion. The individual earns the universal basic asset because their signal is the foundational anchor that makes the living system real to the machine. The C2X economy tethers the machine to the physical and biological reality of the commons. This architecture transforms the human from an obsolete observer into the permanent, compensated anchor of the global system.